Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking July favorites. The video where I get to share with you all the skincare and beauty products that made a big impact on me this month. So if you're so ready to dive into all my faves, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump in. First up, let's talk about e.l.f. Pure Skin Toner. Now, this is something that I picked up on a whim when I was browsing around at Ulta this past month. And, you know, I'm always looking at what they have for skincare because I feel like there's always new stuff coming out. There's always new brands coming out. It's like it's hard to keep up with everything. And I know that e.l.f. has been releasing skincare for a while now, but I haven't really gotten around to trying it. And quite honestly, I really like a lot of their makeup products, but I'm always a little bit like, I don't know, when a makeup brand comes out with skincare products. I feel like it's not usually a good thing, but I know that e.l.f. gets a lot of love for their skincare. So I was looking around and I saw the Pure Skin line and I was like, okay, this is saying like it's gentle, it's for sensitive skin. I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at these ingredients and I'm like, 3 different types of ceramides. We've got cholesterol, we have phytosphingosine, we have niacinamide. Like, sign me up. This sounds so good. So I definitely purchased it. I was really excited about this and it did not disappoint. You know, this is such a lovely, like, basic toner. And I say that with so much love in my heart. I love some good basic skincare because you know what? The foundations are what it really is all about, right? That is what makes or breaks your skincare routine, in my opinion. You really got to nail the basics. And for me, a hydrating toner is a basic, and this just really does it so well. Watery, thin, layerable texture. No body, no thickness, no richness, no stickiness, no oiliness. Like, this is just exactly what you'd expect it to be, nice and watery, but it actually does like provide a really good amount of hydration to the skin. The first use, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. This is good. And now I've been reaching for it so much over the last couple of weeks. It's really been a mainstay in my routines. I have been testing out other stuff too, but like I kind of just keep going back to this because like I said, this is such a lovely basic toner. And that's really what I'm craving in my routines right now. I just want really basic stuff. You know, last month I did my video about stress-free skincare and how I'm just sticking to a handful of choices. I'm not trying to overwhelm myself. That is still true this month. And so this has really slotted in as a really nice, solid, basic toner that doesn't feel stressful. You know, this just really gets the job done. It's really nice and light. It's perfect for summertime. I'm not suffering with deep dehydration right now. Like, my skin's, for being combination, is pretty much in balance right now. It's doing so well. So this is providing all the hydration that I need. Now I have to let you know, there's another ingredient in here that I didn't tell you about because I kind of didn't notice it on the ingredients list right away. And that's glycolic acid. I was really shocked. I was like, there's really glycolic acid in here? Yes, there is. And by that point, I had been using it 2 times a day, like 2 layers every single use. Like, I'm just like layering this onto my skin for at least a week, if not 2 weeks at that point. And I was like, oh shoot. And then I'm like, wait a second. If you were going to get irritated by the glycolic acid, though, it would have already happened. Your skin is feeling really healthy, really strong, really balanced. No biggie. So I can attest there is glycolic acid in here. You're probably going to get a little bit of that dead skin cell shedding process, but it is not strong. It is not really offering a deep exfoliation benefit. I have very sensitive skin. You know, glycolic acid's tricky for me to tolerate. And I also use tretinoin, and this didn't push my skin. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. This did not push my skin at all. I did not experience any type of irritation. So surprised to find it in here, but I think it's a goodie. I think it can be beneficial, and you know, I've been having some pretty good skin the last couple of weeks, and maybe this toner, maybe, I don't know for sure. I'm not gonna, like, you know, make any big claims, but maybe this is part of the reason why my skin's a little bit clearer lately. So kudos, you know, e.l.f. I wasn't so sure, but I think you really knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm very impressed, and I definitely need to go back and try some more products from this brand. So next up, I want to talk about the Avene Very High Protection Unifying Tinted Fluid SPF 50. Now, this is part of the same line as my favorite from last month in June, the Very High Protection Fragrance-Free Fluid. These names, they're so similar, it's kind of hard to keep them like separated, right, in your mind. But these are slightly slightly different, but they're still part of that very high protection line from Avene, which I started using last year when I was in Greece. I got kind of obsessed with it. And this summer has been on heavy rotation for me because I just love it's delivering exactly what the name suggests. Very high protection. We've got really, really good advanced chemical filters in here offering a lot of UVA protection especially, but they're also covering things like blue light in here. They're water resistant formulas. They feel very protective. They feel like they stay on the skin. And I've just been noticing that my skin is like really doing so well wearing these sunscreens. Now the tinted version that I'm talking about this month, I have to say I struggle with tinted sunscreens. I think I've shared this in the past. They often go very orange on my skin tone. They oxidize very quickly. I don't know if that is just because the tints are not that great, or maybe it's something with my skin chemistry. I'm not really sure, but I tend to not be able to match my skin tone to a tinted sunscreen. There's a few out there that have surprised me that have done well. One is the La Roche-Posay Tinted Mineral Sunscreen, and the other one is this one from Avene. The tint on this is just enough to kind of like even out some of my skin tone to give like a really nice kind of like even appearance to my skin. It's not so heavy that it's going to cover deep hyperpigmentation, but it might sort of mask faint hyperpigmentation just a little bit. The tint, once it goes on, that's the color it stays. It's not a really orangey. It's more of like I guess maybe more of like a brown tan based rather than like a orangey or like a pinky based tint, if that makes sense. So it matches my undertones really well. I do have to admit though, as much as I like the tint, I do find the formula to be a little bit emollient, a little shiny, and it did have the tendency to kind of separate a little bit on my skin after a little bit, the tint. And so I've used this before and I'm like, it's okay. Then I started using it a little bit differently over the last couple of weeks. I've been putting a primer on before I put this sunscreen on, and that solved all my issues. Now the sunscreen is gripping perfectly to my face. It's not breaking up after a couple hours of use. I'm not getting that like cakey, kind of like weird, you know what I mean? Like I hate when like your foundation is gonna like breaks up and then like clumps up in different areas of your face. This stays smooth all day long. Just a little bit of powder to set it, and it gives me what I want. Just a little bit of an elevated, like I said, evening out my complexion. Really, really high protection. I'm not wearing foundation on top of this. This is like my summer face. Now, I love the tint so much. It's just enough, to like give you that perk up on your skin. Using it with the primer, it lasts a lot longer. I'm just filling in my brows, maybe doing some lipstick. I honestly, like even mascara kind of melts on me in the heat. So it's like I'm keeping things really simple. I don't want a face of melting makeup. And this really helps me achieve that. And it's like, if this summer has really been about like making things stress-free, this has really been stress-free. It saves me so much time. The tint is just so perfect. It took a little bit of getting used to like how to figure out how to apply it in a way that was going to stay looking good all day long. Now that I've got it down, I mean, like, I'm out the door. You know what I mean? When I gotta go someplace, just 5 minutes just to like perk things up, and I'm not worrying about melting. I'm not worrying about caking. I'm not worrying about any of it. Next, I want to talk about the Shiseido Tsubaki Premium Repair Hair Water. This stuff has been so helpful this summer because, I'm a really big fan of the Tsubaki Premium Repair line in general. I love the shampoo and conditioner. I've been using it for a couple of years now. I actually recently went back to using it. I love it because it is like the name suggests, it's for repairing damaged hair and strengthening it up. I do get my hair colored quite often, and so I always have my eye on keeping my hair really strong and healthy, and I feel like the Tsubaki shampoo and conditioner really gives me a base of that. I don't believe in using a lot of different hair products, but I do believe that like investing in really good foundational shampoo and conditioner can make a huge difference in your hair. And so for me, the Premium Repair line has just really met all my hair needs and addressed so many of my hair pain points, if you will. It's just done me so good over the years. So I've actually gone back to using those, and they're very moisturizing, but they don't tend to weigh my hair down at all. But I have been noticing, because it's hot, it's been so hot. I'm sure it's been really hot where you live too. Like, it's just been a really hot summer. It's been humid, and the humidity just makes me sweat, and my hair gets like greasier and dirtier a lot quicker, and that can really weigh my hair down. And so I have found the premium hair water to be a really nice substitute for, like, I do love hair oils on damp hair. After I wash my hair, I like to use some type of hair serum or a hair oil because it lock in a lot more moisture, keep my ends in good healthy shape. Moisture really seems to make my hair very strong. But when your hair's already feeling a little weighed down, you don't necessarily want to be piling on tons of moisturizing stuff, tons of oils. So that's where the hair water comes in, because this is that moisturizing formula, the premium repair formula, but it's in a misting water format. And so I just mist this onto my hair when it's damp. I usually air dry my hair. If I'm going to blow dry it, I'll put it on before then. And then before I use heat tools, I'll use a little bit more of this, and it really locks in shine. It makes my hair a lot more manageable. My hair can tend to get tangly when it's wet, so this kind of helps break that up, so I don't have to really go rough, because you definitely don't want to do that with wet hair with a comb or something. That can cause a lot of damage. You want to be very gentle to break up tangles. This makes that a lot easier. It locks in moisture, but it doesn't weigh my hair down. It locks in a lot of shine. I used it today to style my hair. Definitely it locks in shine. It makes my hair still feel strong and healthy. It just doesn't weigh it down. So I really like that. This has that premium repair scent to it that I really am. It's something I really enjoy. It's hard to describe it. I call it a creamy floral smell. It's not so perfumey and so sharp in the florals. The florals are very soft. And like I said, creamy, almost. It doesn't smell like vanilla, but it's almost like there's a hint of vanilla that's kind of calming and taming the floralness of it. I love it. I love when it lingers in my hair. I love spraying it. I really enjoy the scent of this stuff, but ultimately I just love how it performs on my hair, keeping it really strong without weighing it down. Next up, I want to talk about YSL Rouge Volupté Shine Lipstick Balm. Now this is a little bit different. I don't talk about a ton of makeup products on my channel. I don't usually feature them in faves, but I always say it's skincare and beauty products, and I've been gravitating towards this so much. So this is a lipstick balm hybrid. This has the color payoff and pigmentation of a lipstick, but it has a more creamy, balmy, moisturizing, non-drying balm feel on the lips. And then it does produce a nice little bit of a shine, a sheen to the lips too. I am wearing it today, and I'm really enjoying this formula. Now, I love a good K-beauty lip stain. I think they're so good. They last so long on the lips. I've talked about a few on my channel for sure. This is a little bit different than that. This is more of a traditional lipstick formula. So you're definitely going to get some transfer when you're eating or drinking, and you're going to have to top this off. It's not necessarily going to stain and stick around on your lips the way that K-beauty stuff does. But I do find that this is still a pretty high performance lipstick formula. Really good pigmentation, and I love that it's not drying. But I've been specifically attracted to this color. It's color 163, called Show Stopping Rose. It's what I'm wearing today. I find it just a little bit more unique. I love, especially I've been gravitating towards bolder lips because I've been just doing the tinted sunscreen for my basic makeup looks. And so I like that bolder lip just kind of pulls everything together when you're not doing so much with your eyes or blush and things like that. A really nice bold lip with just nice clean skin can really pull everything together and just look really chic, in my opinion. But I like that this isn't just that plain cherry red, or even a deeper berry type of red. I like that this red has a little bit of a hot pink tone to it. I think it just looks so good on my skin tone. It just really, like I said, it pulls everything together. It looks really chic, but it's also kind of fun and flirty too. I can't believe I'm spending this much time describing the way the color makes me feel, but that's what's really making me happy about this, and why I'm gravitating towards it, and why it's a favorite, is because the color is just so cheerful. It's so flattering. I mean, everybody's talking about Barbie summer, right? Which I think is the best marketing campaign ever for a movie. But we're all drawn into these beautiful, feminine, bright, bold colors. And this is really making me feel that so much. So the formula is great. The colors, you know, they have a lot of different colors. I've tried a lot of them. Full transparency, the brand did actually send me a variety of the lipsticks to choose from. But this is just my favorite one. I really like how this looks. I like how it feels. The price is a little steep for a lipstick. It's about $40, I will admit. But this color is really kind of just like, I don't know, maybe it's going to be my new signature color for a while. Like I said, I'm gravitating towards it. It makes me happy. But most importantly, my lips are happy. They're hydrated. They're plump. They're not dry. And so that is such a win in the lipstick category for me. And so I wanted to shout it out because the formula is great. The color is super duper fun. So I'm really enjoying summer, but I know, you know, it's going to be a little bit back to reality in a bit. We've got back to school season. We've got, you know, work is going to start ramping up for a lot of us. You know, cozy fall season is coming up. That change, that transition in our schedules and our routines may mean a change in your skincare routine. I want to let you know I do have consult spots available here in August, and I have a lot of different offerings for one-on-one skincare consults. Whether you're just looking to, you know, find a new toner or a new serum, or maybe you're looking to switch up your AM or PM routine, or maybe you just need to start from scratch and you need to build a whole comprehensive skincare routine. I have an offering for everybody at every different price point. So definitely consider it. Like I said, if you are looking at a bit of a routine switch up, or maybe you're just struggling to find the products that are going to work right for your skin. I've had a lot of fun helping so many of you out to really perfect your skincare routines, find some more clarity, and help really address your skincare goals. So if that sounds right for you, there is a link in the description box for you. You can check it out, and I would love to help you out. Ooh, what an amazing month July has been. I have to say though, it went by super duper fast. But when I was really thinking about like, how did I want to wrap up the month of July and what did I want to talk about at the end of today's video, you know, it's really more of an observation that I've noticed because, you know, I've been a part of skincare communities for over 10 years now online, and I'm just seeing so many people being so hard on themselves about their skin. You know, I will see people who get really down on themselves because their skin is breaking out, or they have acne and they've tried a lot of different things and nothing is quite working. And they feel so shameful about the state of their skin. They feel embarrassed, and they feel that their confidence is so low because of that. And they feel like they failed in some way. And, you know, in other communities too, I mean, especially like when we're talking about well aging, right? Which is a word that I prefer to anti-aging because I feel that it is a more positive term. But anti-aging or well aging communities, well, people are just like so laser focused on one tiny little fine line. And they like, I don't want to say they're freaking out about it because like I get it. Like it's like you wake up and there's a fine line and you're like, ugh, okay, this is new. Fun, I'm getting older. But at the same time, it's like people are so hyper focused on these fine lines and they're like, I will do anything to eradicate these lines. What do I need to do? What do I need to buy? What kind of procedures do I need to do? I cannot take this. I hate these fine lines on my face. And they'll post a picture of themselves and they're so beautiful. Their skin is amazing. And it's like, yeah, the fine line is there, sure. But like, I'm just not focusing in on it the way that you're focusing in on your perceived imperfections. You know, like with acne, I get that because I've had it too, where my skin has broken out to a point where I feel bad about myself. My self-esteem has been so low. My confidence has been so low because of the state of my skin. I mean, it's kind of a vulnerable thing to go on camera every single week, most of the time bare skinned, and just be like, yep, there's a pimple there. Yep, there's hyperpigmentation there. Yep, my skin is red there. No, it doesn't look good. Maybe it's not perfect, you know, and I feel very vulnerable doing that. I still do it, but I feel very vulnerable, and it can sometimes be like, are people gonna focus in on my imperfections, right? Are somebody gonna like be mean to me and make a mean comment? I get it. Our emotions, our self-confidence, our everything is tied up often in the way that our skin looks, in the way that we perceive our skin to present to the world. I guess what I'm trying to say is like your worthiness, your value, what you have to offer as a human being, as a person with a soul, has nothing to do with your skin. You are not more valuable. You are not more worthy. You are not more successful. You are not more whatever because your skin is flawless. Whose skin is? Nobody's skin is, right? Even people with perfect skin are probably hyper focusing in on the mirror at what they don't like about their skin. And so I want to change the conversation around skincare and skin and self-confidence away from like, well, once your skin is clear, then you can be confident. No, you can be confident now. You don't need clear skin for that. You know, you can still be successful. You can still be confident. You can still be worthy and have fine lines and wrinkles and sun damage and hyperpigmentation and all of that too, because it is not attached to your worth. And so I think when we look in the mirror, this is something I try to do with varying degrees of success. I'm being completely honest with you. When I look in the mirror and I hyper focus in on something I don't like that's going on my skin, I'll be like, oh, this hyperpigmentation, it's making my skin look terrible. When that voice comes in, okay, but I'll chime in. I am so impressed with how healthy my barrier has been lately. My skin is holding on to hydration. It is so plump. It is so hydrated. It feels so good and balanced. I'm doing something right here. You know, my products are working. Hyperpigmentation, we'll deal with that in time. It'll go away. It's all temporary. But here's this one other good thing that I'm loving about my skin right now. Try to change the conversation. When the negative voices come in, just try to change it. Because yes, there's always things we want to work on. There's always things that we'll want to improve, but it doesn't have to be, you know, the defining characteristic of our worth in life, because it's not. It's just skin. It changes. Sometimes it's out of our control. Sometimes it's in our control. Being able to recognize that can help us release some of the emotion and the attachment that we have to that. And maybe we can start speaking kinder to ourselves. Maybe we can treat ourselves kinder. And maybe we can also be kinder to other people as well. So love yourself. It's not always easy. But I hope that taking a small step to changing the conversation inside of your mind and knowing that like your worth is not attached to how your skin looks, I hope that that can be the first step to a deeper, kinder relationship with yourself. So I am curious if there's a lesson that you learned this month or some skincare products that you've absolutely loved. Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you watched the whole video through but you haven't hit subscribe yet, please, I would be so honored if you would come join our community. We love gentle skincare. We love K-beauty products. We love self-love and self-care. So come join our community. I do post a lot of new videos throughout the week. I do long form videos and shorts, so turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I love you so, so much. You are so worthy. I'm so glad you were here with me today, and I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.